This presentation is on warehouse management systems, brought to you by Jer Lee and Ken Meyer. We're going to discuss the following sections in order, but first let me give you a basic description of WMS. It's a software or procedure that allows tracking of raw materials and completed products within a warehouse operation. And then we're going to discuss key concepts, picking strategies, layout strategies, business benefits, technology and project costs, and then we'll go over how we can apply the score model to WMS. And this will help you fully understand the key elements of WMS as well. The core WMS capabilities include receiving, picking, put away, cross-docking, packing, inventory management, location management, and many other functions as defined by C. Dwight Clappage. Today, most vendors who offer WMS systems offer the same set of core capabilities. Many organizations buy a WMS system that has more functionality than they actually need. As an example, Fisher Nuts utilizes inventory management and location management to reduce the number of physical inventories and in the process saves $2 million a year. And in the extended WMS capabilities, you have labor management, task interleaving, yard management, dock scheduling, slotting, third-party billing, and most vendors have significant differences in which extended capabilities they offer and how functional and useful they are to most warehouses. Now let's talk about picking strategies. Let me briefly explain high points and associated improvements for each. There's low costs, where order pickers pick multiple orders at a time by zone using double pallet jacks. This shortens picking paths. Slow movers are picked separately. Development of a full case pick tunnel will improve replenishment and cube utilization. And for improvements, pick multiple orders at a time. Replenish and cube utilization is improved. Storage density is also improved. For moderate costs, using multi-zones or pick by SKU numbers will result more tightly defined area and shortening the picking paths and eliminating congestion. Pick modules use carton flow racks to feed cases to pickers using conveyor systems. Improvements for this would be higher picking productivity, better space utilization, reduced picker travel distance as well, and for an extreme makeover, equipment holds individuals items in vertical channels angled to meet the shape of an A. Software drives the A-frame and dispenses individual items onto a conveyor system. Improvements for this will be radical space and productivity improvements, increased throughput, and shorter order turnarounds. Alright, so now on to warehouse layouts. In a study focusing on configurations of racks within warehouses, researchers Russell Meller of the University of Arkansas and Kevin Gill of Auburn University, they both found that the design of warehouses have not changed to meet the increasing demand for more efficient and rapid distribution of products. The warehouse layouts they studied even limited the efficiency and productivity because they required workers traveling longer distances. With a strategic layout of aisles, warehouses can achieve faster retrieval rates and significantly reduce costs. Warehouses have become an important part of the supply and distribution chain. WMS systems will reduce the number of physical inventories. Out-of-stock situations are also reduced, and cost savings can be huge if your warehouse management system uses radio frequency scanning. This eliminates data entry errors. 50% saving on forklift time for systems directed picks and putaways. Forklift drives can spend as much as an hour a day looking for locations. And for efficient raw material handling, first in, first out processes allow better handling and tracking of raw materials. Automated delivery of raw materials directly to workstations. And in our video, Fisher Nuts found that this helped prevent cross-contamination, and it allowed their allergen program to be more successful. And for lot tracking, controls cross-product contamination, and improves delivery of raw materials to workstations. Let's talk about some of the technology and project costs. Warehouse control systems is a key link or interface between a number of systems such as automated storage and retrieval systems, conveyors, belts, live roller, and pick-to-light systems, just to name a few. New or upgrade installations. In most cases, implementing a new system with no existing technology is less of an issue. However, careful planning must be done to ensure enough IT staff and infrastructures are available. It is always recommended to locate a consultant that has WMS experience in your business. Going it alone is not a good idea. Only 30% of the 600,000 warehouses in the United States have WMS, and the companies that try to implement WMS, 30% fail, and 42% are implemented within budget, and 56% are delayed. WMS softwares can cost anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000, and when you add in the hardware, training, and consultant fees, the total runs over $1 million. For challenges, the WMS market has 220 plus vendors to select from, so knowing which one to select is a big challenge. A typical WMS project can take 12 to 24 months to implement, and technology more than likely has changed since you started. Payback on your $1 million investment will take about 3 years. As promised, let's see how the SCORE model applies to WMS. In one of our readings, the term supplier enablement was addressed. We were able to apply supplier enablement to the plan model. Because one way to improve your operations and your cash flow is to work more closely with your suppliers. Many WMS will allow you to work with your trading partners who can, for example, scan or manually enter order shipment information or provide your vendors with visibility into your inventory levels. We use the Fisher Nuts video as an example for the source model. Fisher Nuts uses the WMS systems to manage their inventory, which has allowed them to reach a level of being 99% accurate. The performance attributes are supply chain asset management, and its associated metric is inventory days of supply. We were also able to apply that to the source market to order feature for the SCORE model. At Fisher Nuts, the WMS synchronized the delivery of a bill of materials to the manufacturing line, which included the raw nuts, spices, and oils, and packaging materials. The performance attribute is supply chain reliability, and its associated metric is the percentage schedule changed with supplier lead time. We were also able to use the Fisher Nuts example for the make model level of the SCORE model. Fisher Nuts used a WMS system that fully automated the scheduling and delivery of materials directly to the production line. The performance attribute is the supply chain responsiveness, and associated metric is schedule production activity cycle time. WMS receives new stock into finished goods warehouses, which is zoned by customer. Performance attribute is the supply chain cost, and associated metric is the packaging material and cost to package. And at Fisher Nuts, the WMS system maintains accurate lot batch information to allow their allergen program to be successful. Performance attribute is the supply chain cost, and the metric would be percentage. One of the articles that we read discussed delivery methods, and Susan Ryder, the director of sales in the eastern region of Manhattan Associates, stated, "Your picking strategy is only as effective as your order profile and warehouse layout." So some bad practice, or actually one bad practice of a delivery method, was the order picking method, which is unproductive due to traveling and walking. You waste a lot of time walking from one end of the warehouse to the other to gather your products. There are better practices when it comes to delivery methods within a warehouse. There's multi-order picking, That's when a picker selects a small number of orders at the same time, then places them or onto a cart with slots to separate them into orders. This reduces travel time. There's batch picking, there's aisle arrangements, there's storage locations, um, and storage locations. It's easier to locate the products. For example, fast-moving items should be placed in the most accessible locations, and slow-moving items can be stored in less accessible places in the warehouse. Store items together, um, and you would store items together that are normally shipped together. And there's zone picking as well. That's where a warehouse is divided into physical or logical zones by either equipment or physical traits of the warehouse or by the SKU numbers. And there's routing strategies as well. That's the path through which all items of an order flow is as short as possible. And then equipment would also make better practices for delivery as well. For the delivery model, we were able to apply priority picking to this level of the score model. WMS often goes by the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the activities are automated, but there could be times when customers show up at a will call and need immediate attention. Oftentimes, an associate is pulled off the job they're working on and sends them out to fulfill that special order. Priority picking automates that process by identifying the associate who can best fill the order. The return level of the score model is best applied to beverage companies. However, from time to time, recalls could occur for Fisher Nuts, which would then involve the source return of defective products sub-level of the return level. This will conclude Jer and Ken's presentation for Warehouse Management System. Thank you all for watching.